Hey, it's Car 36. And here we are. So I am starting a game. And so a couple of rules. One is, okay, I got it. Okay, there we go. Sorry. It always opens it up and it's always delayed. Okay, I'm good. Okay, so here we are, board game here, and starting over. We are doing out of box because of the Mag 7 or Magnificent 7 strategy. You're going to see that he has. I've already done Japan, so he's already done Germany. I'll explain what happened in a minute. But this is house rule. This is not a house rule game. This is kind of like plain Jane. Well, there is a couple house rules. One is Hilltop Pillbox's revised setup. I rolled a 7. He rolled a 6. He got as Italy 2 extra infantry and $8 to spend. So those 2 infantry went to the Horn, and he got 2 mech for North Italy. And then I received an infantry in each of the capitals, which is right here, and right here, and right here. So received that. But by the way, just noticing again that Italy has 6 infantry, and uh, none of the Allied capitals have 6 infantry. So take that, put that in your pipe and smoke it. So then, in addition to that, um, the Brits spent their $8 on a sub for 6 in '98, and $2 extra for the Russians. The Russians are up. Let me explain what the bad guys did, what the evil, wretched rapers and pillagers of and killers of. Let's see. Jesus said the devil comes to steal, kill, and destroy, which is basically warfare, right? So 37 goes to 39. So they came to steal, kill, and destroy Japan and Germany. That's what they did. That's what war is: stealing, killing, and destroying. Okay, so let's stop them. So we have $39, $2 extra for the Hilltop Pillbox. Thank you, Hilltop Pillbox, for the suggestion. Schultz likes it, and I'm pretty flexible myself. In addition to that, we are going to use the rule that is not Russian ships are not restricted to the Baltic. They can go through the Danish Straits because we're not at war and it doesn't make sense. Duh. So, um, okay. So I think I'm going to play straight man in the west or the over there, and over here I'm going to do my little fancy strategy, and you'll see how it's already affected him. Let me see if I can get you a little closer to the action. Uh, I will probably try to change over to the camera in a minute. But there we go. So he took France. France was a tough fight. He only had 6 tanks and an artillery left. So it's the worst battle for French I've ever had with him. But he did lose a in the in the sea battles. I think he only lost. He got a dinged battleship and a tactical bomber. So 2 battleships, um, 2 cruisers, a destroyer, and a French cruiser, all for 2 hits. So there you go. I did survive over there in Nova Scotia, which is huge. And then he did. We both of them. Schulte likes to put on an extra facility, and so he put one in Romania, and I, of course, always put my factory in Egypt. It makes such a big difference. So that is Germany. He ends up. Um, he didn't. He didn't take southern France, so those guys are actually not on the board. Those need to be on the board. And let's see. There we go. Okay. All right. Over here, what did Japan do? So Russia did send its two fighters to Yunnan. He got lucky; those fighters died, and he was able to still take Yunnan. It does happen. It's obviously much better if you can get a bid out of someone, bid an airplane for the Russians, and that is almost. Uh, some people are saying, very good people, not me, um, saying it's do or die. If you pull the trigger on it and you fail, it's almost game over. But he did. He succeeded. He wiped out my airplanes. So Russia's already set back by two airplanes and was able to take all the standard stuff. But if you notice, he did not do standard stuff with his disposition of navies. Now, the Magnificent Seven involves Sea Zone 7. So I will be squaring myself off of that, but probably won't be able to do it this time. Interestingly enough, he went to 20, not to 19. 19 has a naval base. 20 does not. Um, so this has a naval base, and obviously Hong Kong has a naval base. So so this there are eight aircraft up here, which is the most significant thing. I mean, obviously, this is a much reduced Navy, much reduced Air Force. This Air Force is much more like or akin to every other version of Axis and Allies. Even the 42 version of Axis and Allies does not have this many planes. So Global 1940 has an iteration that they play at Gen Con, and they do not have 19 aircraft and six kamikazes. Um, is it 19 or 21? It's nine. It's 21. 10 fighters, nine divers, and two bombers, I think, and then six of the kamikazes. So you do not have 27 aircraft for the Japanese. There are two, if you can't see them right now. There are two right here. Obviously, he did not go to war. Fighter diver here, and then out here, as you can see, I'm going to tap it to see if I can see it. I'm going to tap that. Okay. So that's the Japanese disposition, and I've got to react to that. Obviously, Sea Zone 7 is interesting still, but you always have to be aware that he can produce planes. But one, two, three, four, five. He doesn't have an airbase here. So this is the force that would be able to reach Sea Zone 7, which seems powerful, but we should remember that during the attack, aircraft carriers do not, I repeat, do not attack. I do not attack. They only take casualties. And so, but big factor, um, the the subs, you can only produce three out of that factory unless they upgrade the factory, which is an interesting option. So, um, upgraded factory. When does that? I guess it gets built at the end of the turn, I would think. I might have to be doing that. Okay, let's get back to the action and let's go over here for. I'm going to try switching over real quick to my phone because I really can't see this. Let me actually get my YouTube channel up on my phone so I can see what you're seeing. Um, your videos. I'll be viewing it right now. There it is. Okay. I just have to turn down the volume on this. Okay. All right. You are seeing good things. Now I'm going to turn the volume up just to make sure. Hello? I can hear. Yep. I can hear. I'm going to pause. I'm going to lower my video. Now I'll be able to see Okay, I usually do well in Paris. Yes, you do, Schultze. Okay, so I've got I'm all fancy here with my tech. I'm watching myself play as well as recording on my laptop. Okay, flight delay. All right, what are we going to do? Let me tip this. Okay, so the big answer over here, you probably can't see this, but over in Bryansk, I have to tell him what I'm going to do in Bryansk so that I can do all of these turns. He can do all of his turns. Germany, Italy, Italy. At the end of this turn, it'll be Italy, Germany, and Japan all at once after I tell him what I'm going to do next turn. So this was turn one. I moved all of these guys to Briacha. Okay. So this is the way we do the whole game and all the turns. And then I do a ghost turn, which is contingent upon what the Italians do. I do a ghost turn for the Anzac in France, guessing what he's going to do. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Okay, so what are we going to do with these $39? Not 33, 39. So we will, I think I'm going to play the straight man over here. He's got a little forward, and I'm going to try Briansk forward too. So we are going to, he's already geared up in Finland with 9 infantry. He's exposing his transport, but there's no way I can get it. So devilishly clever. It's well, we ought to try one of these games. Is just Russia. Russia has no political rules, so that would be helpful. All right, so gonna buy 13 infantry, and that'll be 6 for 3 for the forward bases. The other picks for this game would be that Leningrad and Ukraine are both three value territories. Territories worth 3, and that would fix quite a bit of this game. So this is see that 3 for right. Okay, I'm trying to start a game with some guys from Germany today, but I think it's pretty late in Germany, so probably be another day. But I'll be able to get it started. So with $39, I'm going to produce 6 out of Moscow, 3 and 3. So all right, I think we're going to do something pretty standard. Let me tap the board and see where you can see. You cannot see that. Bring it over here. Tap, tap, tap. The here we go. The cruiser and the sub in 112 will go through the Danish Straits. Can't do any. I will declare war on the Japanese, obviously. I'm going to 112 with the cruiser and the sub from 112. And then this sub in the 127 goes to 125 to convoy right away. Awesome. And then let's see about this. We will to do something different, something he doesn't expect. And I'm going to bring these guys into Leningrad. And then I'm going to bring these guys back to Belarus. This guy up here to Belarus. These 2 forward to Belarus. Archangel to Leningrad. And then I'm going to do the twin. I've called this the Twin Pillars of Hercules in the past. Okay, so I'm going to take one infantry and move it up there, and one infantry will actually move down here. And then these guys will move to Bryansk, and then the mech will move down to Caucasus. The tank will move up to Ukraine, and that looks pretty good. There's a fighter that stays there. The three can infantry there. They can all move there actually to you. They can move right there, West Ukraine. Yeah. Okay. So the three from Ukraine went to West Ukraine. The two from Bessarabia went to West Ukraine. Archangel went to Belarus. Mech and Tank from Moscow went to Belarus. Three from Baltic and two from East Poland went to Belarus. Viborg 3 went to Leningrad. Karelia 2 went to Leningrad. Archangel 1 went to Leningrad. Rostov Soldier stayed put. Mech in Volgograd went to Caucasus. Okay, I'm going to place 3 infantry in Ukraine, 3 infantry in Leningrad, and 6 infantry in Moscow. Now, like Abbott Costello, at some point in time, you need a straight man. Okay, that is that's that. Instead of getting $39, I only get 37 the second time from that Hilltop Pillbox boost. Right into the American. We got Schultz up there. Plan. Okay, let's go over here. It'll be a mostly Atlantic kind of game. See what I got a little bit of a delay, so. All right, the American. Oh, wait. I'm supposed to roll some dice. Let's do that. So I have find a here's my game. Here we go. All right, got a big container that says this. I'm sure I can find some sort of facility in this. Yeah. Right. Risk, legacy, risk, legacy, conquest of the empires. How do you use for a house? 700. All right, we're going to use. Right now, we'll use the Scrabble pieces. I'll put one in London. B for victory in London. E for Eisenhower in Washington, and Russia. H for horrible people. Horrible. Sorry. Okay, so I want to roll for the. I need some dice. Okay, I'm going to roll for the. Gotta get my little. Okay, I'm going to roll for the Russian technology. 6. Oh crap! I wasn't prepared for this. Uh, okay, I'm gonna roll again, and we'll see what it says. I'm gonna go for. I really need what this is. Ah, nice. Experts. Where did you get that place? Where did they get placed? 3 in Ukraine, 3 in Leningrad, 3 in Russia. Um, do I have? Hold on a second. Get the rule book. Rule book. Second edition. All right. Complicated. All right. So here we go. Rule book charts. Um, part 2 would be super subs, jet fighters, improved shipyards, radar. No, no, no. So definitely true. 1. Advanced artillery, rockets, paratroopers, increased factory war bonds. Yes. We will definitely do chart 1. Chart 1 it is. Here we go. Chart 1, 3. Is that paratroopers? Paratroopers. Up to 2 of your infantry units in each territory with an operative friendly airbase can be moved to an enemy controlled territory 3 or fewer spaces away that is being attacked by your land units from adjacent territories and or amphibious assaults. When moving, paratroopers must obey the same restrictions that air units do. If territory is being attacked by AA units, the paratrooper units are subject to anti-aircraft fire in the same way as air units. If attacking along with air land units from adjacent territories, paratroopers may retreat as normal. Okay. Now, I'd really like to press for non-combats right now. Um, but, okay. So Leningrad becomes even more important. Shucks. Okay, that's it. I have paratroopers. Cool. I'll ask Schultze about non-com paratroopers. I think that's a very common sense thing myself. And yeah. And if I had that, I would non-com 1 unit from Russia instead of going to Belarus. It would go to. Why is there 2 infantry in Bel? Oh, because there's next two infantry would go to Leningrad if I had non-coms. Okay, let's go to the Americans. $52. What will they spend it on? The Americans are going to do what the Americans almost always do is buy aircraft carriers. I will buy a career sub as well. I believe 2 aircraft carriers and destroyer and sub is my usual first turn purchase. $32 and 8 and 6. It's 14. So actually, there's more money left over. So let me just check that out. Oh, I should roll the dice first, actually, to make sure I didn't get a 6. So here we go. 2 dice. I could buy that. Oh, right. 16 is 32. That's 40, 46. So I do have $5 for dice. So I'll buy an extra dice. So that would be $5 for the dice. I'm gonna put this right here as representing the dice. So 32 and 8 is 40 plus 6 is 46, and that would leave me with $6, which means I have $1 left over. The Americans. Yes. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna roll 2 dice. 5. All right. So I get 2 dice going into there, and I'll just put 5s because they both rolled 5s and $1 left. Put that up in 15. Okay. Too bad. Very close. Oh, that would have been nice to get shipyards real way. Love technology. Okay, so what are we doing? Um, so I'll move these off the board to the mobilization chart, which is underneath my computer. Okay, well, so obviously I'm not at war. I used the money, $1 left over. Well, we can't go to seven yet, but we can intimidate seven. Okay, so I think I'm going to just check that you can see. Yep, you can see. Okay, so I'm going to go one, two, and three to go to 23. Let's save these guys. He's got plenty of destroyers, so let's get oh, there's supposed to be a sub here. Let's get that sub out of the way. We're going to bring that sub down. So the destroyer from C zone 35 goes to 23. The C zone from the sub from 35 goes to, there's not a transport there. Sorry. Not a transport. The sub from 35 goes one, two, three down to C zone 57. 57 for the sub that came from 35. The I think we might. Okay, what did I just buy? About two aircraft carriers, a sub, and a destroyer. All right, we're going to tempt tempt the little devil. I'm going to send the aircraft carrier from 10 out to Wake Island. Wake Island 31. The fighter from Philippines is going to fly one, two, three, four, five to C zone 31 and land on the carrier. No, I'm not. I'm not doing that. Nope. 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 Okay. So the fighter will go to Guam. The fighter will go to Guam, and the carriers are all going to go to 8. Um, is that 8? Nope. 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 I think I'm going to bring everything out to Hawaii. Let's go back to Hawaii. Everything comes to Hawaii from C Zone 10. The fighter from the coast goes to Hawaii. And we'll move our chips and stuff. Infantry and artillery go to Hawaii. And I'm just going to place on this side. Actually, the fighter from the East Coast, I believe, can make it to the C zone. One, two, three, four, five. Yes, the fighter from the East Coast can make it to the C zone of Hawaii. So there will be actually an extra fighter. The uh, diver will be on the boat. A fighter will be on the boat, and there will be 3 scrambling fighters. I will put 1 destroyer from Hawaii at Midway. And just for fun, actually, I'll fly one of the fighters from Hawaii to Midway. Just for fun. So I would have a full scramble, three fighters, one from the East Coast, one from the West Coast. East Coast lands on the carrier. The others can land either on the carrier or on the island. Um, I will put that over here, and then I'll go to the other side. Destroyer. Oh, and I can only put three down, so I will put the. I'll put the destroyer over there on the other side. All right, so let me do a recap over here, and I'll walk over to the other side. Two infantry in the Philippines. Let's see if you can see that. Tap, tap, tap. Yep. Fighter in Guam, destroyer in 23, destroyer in 25, fighter in Midway, battleship, aircraft carrier. Uh, you know what? I'll move the sub also up to 25. See if he wants to play a little bit. Do a little destroyer destroying. So sub in 25 is a sub destroyer and a scrambling fighter on Midway. Three fighters on Honolulu, a fighter and a diver on the aircraft carrier, a destroyer, two cruisers, and two transports. In 26, three infantry and an artillery on Hawaii. And in the west coast, there are two aircraft carriers and a sub, and on the west coast is a mech infantry and two artillery. There was $1 left over. Obviously, I got 52 more dollars, so it'll be 53. And I bought two dice. Okay, so what am I holding this destroyer for? Why am I holding this destroyer? Oh, the destroyer goes to the other side. Let's go over here. This is going to be placed there. The bomber can go out to Hawaii. There'll be a bomber on Hawaii as well. Okay, and we'll just bring everything. There is an infantry left over. It doesn't matter. We'll bring everything forward right now, except the infantry. Both of the infantry will move to the middle. All three infantry will move to the middle. It looks like he's going. So, the question right now would be: is he going J2, G2? So let's take a look just real quick. I want to find out whether I think he's doing G2. I assume he is. He does mostly G2. He has three transports fully loaded and sees on 20. Sure looks like he's gonna grab. There's no naval base there, so he's gonna grab maybe Honolulu, Malaya, Borneo, Celebes, Philippines. Okay. So I think he's going G2, J2. So if that's the case, I'm glad to have a destroyer over there for his many subs that are on the board. I can't go past 102, which doesn't help at all. I do. I already researched. I'm going to forget to research the forget to research them. So I'm going to put this right here. Okay. And so I'm going to let that be. Actually, that's good. So I'm going to do a recap: three infantry and central tank, three mech, one artillery, two anti-aircraft, and East Coast, and then a cruiser, destroyer, and transport in 101. Okay, that's it. All right. I don't hate my position, that's for sure. That's real. I gotta get some sort of. This is a real American sub. It's not a mistake. And this right here is a real American fighter, and that's not a mistake either. Okay. All right. The $28 for the British. What will we do? Try to get over in the corner here so I can get a angled perspective because Britain requires a big map. So the first thing we're going to do, and that sounds like the laugh from Princess Bride, doesn't it? That's my son online with his friends. And he sounds like Vicini laughing about not fighting a land war in Asia. So, all right, here we go. Right here, five. Okay, that's one dice goes up there, and I am going to have to go with some dice. Oh, nope. Okay, I'm going to take this. That'll be right there. And these dice will go right here. All right, and he doesn't get a dice. We'll get enough dice next time. $52 for the Americans. 52. So 53 for the Americans because they saved a buck. Oh. Wow. Okay. All right. The British. The British are coming. The British are coming. All right. Generally speaking, I like to buy an aircraft carrier and solidify my place in the med and one fighter. So, but that this does disrespect the sea lion. So let's get the aircraft carrier, which is $14. That leaves me another $14 for units. Um, so that would be four infantry. Don't want to disrespect the sea lion. And all right, gonna go with I'm gonna go with something else instead. I'm gonna go with fighter. Fighter and four infantry. That'll leave me with what, $6? This is 12.25, and that would leave me with one more dollar. So I'll go with five. Five. Could be six, six, right? 18, 28. Yeah. Could be six. I probably will put five of them up there and one more infantry down in the bed in Egypt. Okay, that is my $28, which would be two, one, two, three, $28. Okay, good. All right. So better angle on this. Let's see if I can go fast. But I don't have to go. All right. So we definitely want to take out the battleship. We don't care about the subs. We think we can defeat the sub threats. We think we've taken care of the we think we've taken care of Sea Lion with the purchase of infantry. We know we're going to move this destroyer and transport back to 106. That's a key victory. Let me just tap this a little bit to see if I can see this. Nope, can't quite see that. See if I can get it just a little further back. Tap, tap, tap. Okay, this up here, I'll put that right there. Right there is transport. This destroyer and transport will go back there. And then if he happens to go to 109, I'll be able to go right into that with a bunch of airplanes because most of those airplanes are staying there. The big question, obviously, with the sub is that I could easily attack 97. I don't usually attack 97. So I think the sub makes it really easy to go into 96 and keep my forces in 98. I did get an airplane. That's going to go right on the fleet. I think that makes sense. All right, so let's figure this out. So we do have a plane. Hmm. Um, I don't know, maybe I will take a shot in there. All right, I'll go in. Let's go in there. Let's go in. I'm assuming he's going to spring ball, so we'll bring things out here. Nope. Here? Nope. Here? No. All right. Here we go. Tap, 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 tap. All right, right here? Yep. Okay, so carrier goes in, cruiser, destroyer. Um, two fighters, multi-fighter. Um, hmm, for some reason, my son's internet activity right now is driving me crazy. Okay, pretty distracting. I am not comfortable with this. For some reason, that is driving me crazy. Okay, so this is going back to Malta. Those are going back up there. I can't do it. I can't pull the trigger. I got really unlucky last time. Really extraordinarily unlucky, and it just sucked. So I'm not going to do that. I'm just it's always a disaster for me. You guys can do it and get lucky, but apparently I can't do it. So, uh, all right, I'm going to send three fighters and a bomber after this battleship. Need that done right away and need it done fast. The submarine, no, the destroyer, no, the submarine does. The submarine, the fighter, and the diver go against the Italian destroyer and transport. Okay. Oh, I still have a Gibraltar fighter. And one, a little bit of clutter. And I still have a cruiser. All right, I'll send the cruiser in here and keep the sub out. This game here, it goes one, two, three can land in Egypt. Transport, good. Okay. Here's our $16. Yes, they are. All right, I'm going to. Okay, let's do it. Let's do that. And then over here, trying to decide what to do on this side. We are evolving here. Trying to still do the Magnificent Seven, even though there's been a reaction to it. Let's go up here. But I think this battle is fine. That battle is overdone, but I don't care because I've again had this. I got PTSD from that stupid battle with a couple games ago. So as far as this goes, um, okay, so I decided that grabbing Sumatra is the way to go. Let's see if I can see Sumatra. Nope. Sumatra is going to be the way to go. And I'll take in the not. This is a kind of a non-com. Well, I'll be taking infantry and anti-aircraft. And like I said, I do not think he has a naval base up here. So if I go here, which I cannot do, only with a battleship. Two. This one goes one, two, three. Believe me, I'm considering it. Because it does box him in pretty hard. It just is so costly to me, obviously. If I go here, he still gets to go here and here. One, two. Just to Celebes. He doesn't get to go to Borneo. So I will take the destroyer and go one, two, and three to 36. What is this? 3 dice. Three. Should be some anti-aircraft. Oh, okay. Let me get an anti-aircraft for them. Okay, so I think that's it for combat. This is all non-combat over here. Obviously, I'm not declaring war, so kind of doing this ahead of time. Okay. Okay, let's do this and let's see where we are. Okay, right here. Can you see me? Nope. Okay. Okay. Yes. All right. Let's do big bomber, and then we'll do three, and then we'll give him one. He's the red. He's the red dice. The four, the battleship. I'm not attacking the subs. This is three fighters and a bomber attacking his. Okay. I got all hits. Everything's hits. Everything's hits. Okay. All right. Well, he takes down a fighter, and I kill the battleship. $10 for $20. All right. And then over here, we got a blue and a red. The red is the four, a three, and then I've got another three. His is going to be the big one is a two. Um, two. Hit that this his this time. Actually, I'll change it out for a green. Okay. So we got two threes and a four, two blues and a red. And his is the green. Okay, his green misses. I got a hit. Two hits. All right. Uh, I still didn't use the Gibraltar fighter. That was smart. All right. A Gibraltar fighter will land. Let's see. Okay, so everything's non-combat from here. So um, this is going to land the Egyptian, the fighter in the 90s, the diver in the 96 is going back to Egypt. One, two, three. Okay, so then the fighter is going to go on the carrier. The new fighter will go on the carrier as well. No, no, the multi-fighter will go on the carrier. I want to be able to hit them back if they try to attack. Oh, there's a destroyer missing in 71.
Oh, and bring back mother. Okay.
The destroyer out of 71, you can't see it. It's going to go 1, 2, 3 to 81. So we can hit them back. And then the two infantry in Union South Africa will march 1 to Rhodesia. Okay. The Anglo-Egyptian Sudan infantry will march 1 to Egypt. Actually, yeah, it'll march 1 to Egypt. Everything will fall back, except one infantry. I do have a blocker here, and I'm gonna throw out a blocker cruiser in 99. I'm just gonna secure it. Let's just make it happen. Okay, then the transport will go, and I think I'm actually going to take an infantry and activate Persia.
They never did that. So
Hey, Dan, can you keep it down a little bit? Yeah, I'm trying to do my live stream too. All right, yeah, I'm activating Persia. Yep. They'll give me $2. It'll give me two more infantry, and if he attacks, give me two more guys. Okay, the cruiser from the over. So this these planes just land and everything comes down to London. The bomber. Okay, so the destroyer is actually going to go all the way out from 98. It's going to go all the way to 92. No, 94. It's going to go to 94. I do not want him doing Gibraltar either. So there you go. He's got the pick of the lands. I will bring the transports over here and the destroyer over here. Everything will come from Ontario. We'll move to Quebec. Quebec will move forward to Nova Scotia. If you can see that, yes, you can. Okay. And remember, there's one extra unit in London because of the Hilltop Pillbox. All right. All right, so let's go over here, and we're gonna move that destroyer from 39 goes 38, 37, and then it goes to 36. That cuts him off so that he can only pick up Celebes. Nope, he can also pick up Philippines, Borneo. We don't want him to. I'm trying to justify it. I really am trying to justify this. Oh, so we're going to take over Sumatra with an anti-aircraft. If you can see that, Sumatra right there. Yep. And I got to put a Union Jack on it. All right. You know what? I'm going to try it. I'm going to do this. This battleship is going to the Philippines. Um, the cruiser, just in case. These are easy kills. The cruiser will stay in 39. I'm going to send. Where's the anti? Why are these anti-aircraft here? These are. Sorry. That's from the last game. Okay, so the two infantry in Burma. See if you can see it. Are going to move to Shan State. The fighter is going to go to Malaya. Um, the fighter diver is going to. Yeah, let's go to Malaya. Actually, one of the fighters is going to stay back in case he wants to bomb. Infantry goes this way. Okay, to East Persia. Infantry from West India goes to East Persia. Two anti-aircraft go to Burma. Did I do China? Oh crap! I didn't do China. Okay, I didn't do China, guys. I gotta do China. Whoops. Okay. Well, China's really easy, but we'll finish this up. I'll do infantry and five chip goes to Burma. He has less infantry, less fighters than usual down here. So a lot of times an air raid here might be, really big advantage. I don't think so this time. He doesn't have nearly as many aircraft as usual. There's 8 aircraft up in C Zone 6. So I'm trying to go really hard here. I'm going to put the other fighter into Malaya. Malaya is a big deal for me right now in my strategy. Obviously, I'm trying to hold all of these islands and hold him off and even take them over. and make them fight for them. All right. That's a big one right there. That is big. Oh, 17. I get $17. I get 5 infantry for that. Actually, no, I'm sorry. I'm going to do four mech. Uh, sorry about that. Four mech. Save me a buck. Four mech. I want speed. Speed is of essence. I'm going to put that down right now because I think I'm done. In India, four mech. Get them to the front lines as fast as possible. Okay, so that is the way it goes. Let's just check and make sure we're still going. Okay, I'm going to do I'm going to place here 5 infantry go in London. It's actually 6 because of the Hilltop Pillbox bonus. And then over here, there's a fighter in Egypt and another infantry. And if he happens to want to go through, obviously I'm going to be able to come back at him. I've got ships everywhere. So he's boxed in. He can't do Gibraltar. He can do Egypt. See what he does. He can definitely do the Horn.
All right.
Okay, let's do a recap. And then I'll do China. 1 destroyer and 106, two two transports, infantry, artillery, and Quebec. Can you see it? Yes, you can. Infantry and tank in Nova Scotia. Up here, a little hard to see. There is where's the additional artillery? Should be an artillery coming out of Scotland. Yeah, so there it is. It's right here. Sorry, this is a mess. 3, 4, 5 artillery coming out of Scotland. There's a mech there. Don't think there's an artillery, but if there is, I don't have one. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 infantry. 1 French fighter. Uh-oh, I got a chip. Okay, so there was originally 2. There's additional 1, and then 2 more from Scotland. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. 10 infantry, British in UK, 2 fighters, and 1 French fighter, and a bomber in London right now. Okay, in 94, there's a destroyer. 96, there's a cruiser. Malta has an infantry and anti-aircraft. There's a cruiser in 99. There's a fighter, 2 fighters on an aircraft carrier and a sub in 98. There's a destroyer in 81. There's a fighter diver in Egypt, as well as 1, 2, 3 infantry, 2 artillery, 1 mech, 1 tank, and 2 Aussies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 units in Egypt, plus the factory. And then there's 1 infantry in Alexandria. There's 3 infantry in Persia. There's a transport in Edie. There's 2 infantry in Rhodesia. Let's move you over. There's 1 infantry in East Persia, right here. There's 4 mech in India. There's a cruiser in 39. There's a transport in 41. There's infantry anti-aircraft in Sumatra. There are 2 infantry and a diver and 3 infantry, 2 fighters and a diver, and 3 British infantry, Indian infantry, United Kingdom West, Pacific, that's it, UK Pacific. 2 infantry in Shan State, 5 infantry in Burma, 2 anti-aircraft. I'm going to move actually the 2 fighters back. I don't want to be bombed. Yeah, I don't want to be bombed. I got $1 left over. My original +4. All my original +4. So that's 17 +4, no bonuses. So that's 17.21 plus the dollar left over, 22. $22 all together. For India. There's also a cruise destroyer in 36. There's a battleship in 35. That is the big moment right there. As far as money goes over here, I was able to activate a new Pro Allied Neutral, $2. So that's $30. Plus, I do get a $5 bonus for being for having all of my things. So $35 is what I am seeing. That's the last time I'll see that number for the rest of the game. Well, for a long, long time until I get past the original hubbub. Hullabaloo. Hullabaloo. All right. Let's see if I have any comments. Let's see. China. Carriers are 16. Yep. All right, China. Let's do China. Should be pretty easy. I do have a battle to take place. And then Schultz will sign off and I'll do, we'll go from there. Okay, so China, $12, I believe. So it gets 4 infantry. Sure, 12. Or 12 is it's not 15. 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. $12. Yep, 12. All right, so I'll buy 4 infantry with $12. And we will take 2 infantry into Yunnan and a fighter. Take out that, and then we'll do some non-coms. Okay, so gotta watch out for the cats. Okay, so 2 ones, 1 grasshopper. Oh, there's a nice dice. 1 grasshopper, the big one, and then we have a plane. I'm gonna do a grasshopper, and then he gets a green 2. Okay, so right here, I think you can see that. I think you can see that now. All right, Yunnan. Here we go. Yunnan on the cheap. Okay, got a hit. And got 2 hits, actually. Wow, that's cool. All right. He did not get a hit. Keep that dice out. Look at that. All right. So he's dead. I take over Yunnan again. You get a $6 bonus. And I fly everything back to that place called home. All right, let's go these 2, and then Shenxi comes down to Sichuan. Shuyan comes down to Shenxi, and 4 infantry go into Sichuan. And I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 plus 6 is $15. $15. So we are making some pretty good money. Okay, so let me try to see if Schultz has any questions, because he's about to sign off, so he can do his thing in Italy. So let's see. I just want to make sure he has a good view of this, because he's going to do Italy in just a minute.
Well, you see,
Um,
that apple cluster.
all right, that's pretty good. Yeah. Well, let's see what he does. All right, I am going to go and keep rolling. I only do he's out, he says. So I'm going to keep rolling. So I'm going to do the French first, even though it's supposed to be second. He's probably going to attack Tunisia, but I will actually move my French West Africa guy to Central. I'll move my Syrian guy to Transjordan. I'll move my transport 72 to I'm going to keep it actually in 72. Well, it doesn't matter. If he moves into Kenya, it'll be convoyed at the end of Italy's turn. Okay, so then I would still convoy it in Italy on the end of Italy's turn and move to. Okay, I want to put some pressure on this, but I think this is good. But I'm going to send it up here. I'm going to send it to 81. Okay, and um, I won't even dare hope those survive. Um, but if they did survive, if these guys survived, which I don't think they will, I would go to um, 91. Nope, nope, nope. I'm gonna make them fight it. 92. Okay, those 92. I want them to just feel pretty overwhelmed, actually. You know what? Oh no, Italy. If Italy took over southern France, they would be convoyed by the ships there, and then I would move out. Good. Yes. Okay. The French fighter. Um, I would take over Holland, Belgium if they don't kill me. Okay. I'll move these guys to Holland, Belgium. And I'll move southern France over to Normandy, Bordeaux. But like I said, he's probably going to kill these two. It makes things a bit simpler. Tunisia will move back to Algeria. Morocco will move forward to Algeria. So, French recap, if for some reason he didn't do what he always does, I would move an infantry and artillery into Holland, Belgium, and the infantry and artillery in southern France to Normandy, Bordeaux, two infantry um, in London, and one fighter in London. Central Africa has an infantry, and Transjordan has an infantry, and 81 has a French destroyer. The two Anzac infantry will stay put. Okay, let's move over to Anzac. Okay, and obviously the big deal with Anzac is what do I purchase? And I think the purchase today will be a fighter. I think change it up a little bit. No, I need some blockers. I'm going to do a destroyer this time, actually. $8 destroyer because I'm trying to box them in. A lot of pressure on boxing them in. So that would give me $2 left over. Um, and that would be Anzac money. And then let's see if I can get this even lower. Yep. Okay. So $2 left over. I'm going to take the destroyer. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I want to put him in position so I can further block him the next time. That's the key. So I think the key is 54, actually. No, I gotta try to get the 44. I can't get the 44. One, two, three. I can get the 42. This cruiser should have gone to 44. No, that's fine. That's fine. All right, let's get these guys out to 42. See if he will spend some aircraft on that. And then I will actually grab Borneo with an anti-aircraft and an infantry, and that will make me $4. Okay, and the fighter from Queensland will go 1, 2, 3, 4 to Malaya. The two fighters will go and land in Java. Um, and then the infantry anti-aircraft will go to Queensland. I do like one up here with the ships, just for a blocker. I've done that a lot. I think I'll keep this. I'm gonna put the destroyer in 55. The destroyer is gonna stay in 54 actually. 54 gives me 1, 2, 3 up all the way to the Philippines. 1, 2, 3 to the Celebes. 4. Yeah. 1, 2, 3 to Borneo. Okay, so one destroyer will go to 54, and the cruiser will go to 42. All right. Okay, so the summary would be, and I'm going to place the destroyer in 62. For money, I would get $4 extra, so $14. I saved two, so that's $16. So we're making some good money, which is what we need to do. Good money fast. $16. Okay, so let's do a recap of the South Pacific. Okay, see if you see it. Infantry and infantry and fighter in Malaya. Anti-aircraft and infantry and two fighters in Java. A cruiser and a transport in 42. And then in 54, there's a destroyer. 62, there's a destroyer. In Queensland, there's 3 infantry, an anti-aircraft, and an artillery. $16. Yeah, I think that's it. That is so I have to do the Russians now, the Pacific Russians. And here's the big one. The Pacific Russians are going to go to Sakha with the option next time of either going to Amur or Siberia, which could be pretty key in the battle for Season 6, because that's what the Magnificent Seven is all about. All right. Obviously, it looks like a Russian push, which is why I played it the straight man over here, Abbott Costello. That one over there is Costello. This is playing Abbott. So I did not do the Carillion knot or the Briand. We'll see about the Briand's forward. And then I played it safe with the London purchase of 5 infantry plus the 1. And then I gave him a lot to do. And, at some point in time, we'll see if he gets lucky with everything. But he's got a sub that can shoot at those cruisers, but he's got to get a 2, and I can get a 3. So, God save the king. So this is it. I'm pretty happy. What I need to do with China is I need to survive. He's got less resources. He did not put a factory over here. So we're looking, he built a transport and an aircraft carrier. So that's less units on the ground. So we're going to try to pin a lot of units up here to Manchuria. We're going to try to pin a lot of Air Force and Navy up here to Sea Zone 6. And then we're going to block them up down here. We're going to just block them up with cruisers, destroyers, and he's going to maybe try to leapfrog over my first line to get to my reserves, and that might cost him some planes. Meanwhile, heavy pressure in Southeast Asia. I think Egypt looks fine with the factory. I've got air power right now on the board, headed toward Moscow. And I've still got a lot of air power in the North Pacific, North Atlantic, and that is key to my strategy to make sure that London is safe and also his ships are not safe. And when these Russian ships go active, well, he doesn't have a destroyer, and I've got 2 Russian subs, so that's significant. So I'm feeling pretty good about this. The American situation is not as good as it was last time when he didn't know about the Mag 7. But it is still potent. Even if he destroyed something over here, the counterattack would be pretty awesome. So I feel like Japan is still pretty bound up, even though it's a better situation. All right, that's Crockett 36. I'm going to sign out. Okay, I'm going to go over here and go end YouTube stream.